Good morning. How's everybody? I hope you don't mind. There might be some hammering in the background. I don't know what they're doing upstairs, but they're doing the floor or something up there. So just be patient. It'll go away eventually. Maybe tomorrow or Friday. Who knows? I wrote down something, and did you have one of those days where I wrote down something and I can absolutely not understand it at all? All right, but we'll take that out. Okay. I watched the the Buffalo 49er game last night. Amazing the amount of snow they had in Buffalo. And they were saying 2 miles to the east or west or something like that, there wasn't any snow. That's just this what they call lake effect snow, where the lake picks up the winds pick up the evaporation off the lake and convert it to snow, freeze it and send it across the lake to the nearest town. You know, it's all wind driven. It's not I don't know what you call it. It's not a real storm. You know, but it's a blizzard. It causes blizzard effects. It causes whiteout and everything. They've had something like 3 feet of snow in Buffalo already. So you know, I remembered that when I was in school, there used to be another town along the Canadian border there. I forget the name of the town. It's actually a very well-known town. But they would get, when they get lake effect snow, they would average 6 feet of snow. And they had to send crews out to clean rooftops because 6 feet of snow is a hell of a lot. Okay? And they had to keep cleaning the rooftops off. So I don't know what happens if you're standing below, but I guess you get hit with a lot of snow. But that was my, Sunday. That was my bet. That was actually one of the not good games I watched. It was kind of stupid and silly. I finally turned it off at the beginning of the fourth quarter or something like that. It wasn't very good. So some of the games are good. I didn't watch any of the early games because I just didn't see anything worthwhile watching. Turns out that some of them were probably pretty exciting. That's something I've learned a long time ago, and I should have remembered that. You disregard these teams because they're not rated, but that doesn't mean anything. The game might not matter in the standings, but the game sometimes matters to the guys because it's a rivalry. Like you watch Kansas City and the Raiders. That's a rivalry. That shouldn't have been close. But it's a rivalry. What's the game tonight? I forgot what there's a game tonight too, and it's the same thing. It's a rivalry game. These games mean a lot, like the Lions and the Packers or stuff like that. Shouldn't really be. Lions and Packers actually should be a good game. But there's a lot of games that come up, especially this time of year, that are what you call rivalries, and they're extremely exciting sometimes. Doesn't mean anything. What was it? The Patriots game yesterday? I didn't think it was worthwhile watching, and it went down to the last second, and I thought they were going to win it, and they lost it. It's got to be heartbreaking for a team to lose by 1 point at the end of the game. I just really, I don't know how you want to play again. They just got screwed. This it ain't worth it. But they are getting paid for it. So, big headline this morning, though, in the news cycle was that Biden pardoned his son. That's causing all kinds of repercussions. People are saying, well, he's proved Trump right that it's politicized. Look, it's his son, okay? You pardoned your son-in-law's father that you're now appointing to, the ambassador of France or something like that, You pardoned him for corruption charges, so what's the difference? Doesn't make any difference. That's what presidents do. It's family. You have the power, you might as well do it. Biden's doesn't give a shit about anything anymore because when he walks out the door, the White House, his political interests and his political power and whatnot goes right out the window. It's gone. Nobody's going to be interviewing him after that. The only president I remember that used to get a lot of interviews after he left office, like almost on a weekly basis, was Harry Truman. He used to take these walks all the time, and reporters would try to stop him every day. Him and Eleanor Roosevelt. They used to get interviewed all the time, 60 minutes, everything. Everybody wanted to talk to these people. They were actually very intelligent and gave very great interviews, you know, and quotes that were, where else you going to get quotes like that, you know? They didn't mind being stopped on the street and talked to. They sort of enjoyed it. That's not going to happen for Joe. Joe technically right now, before he screws up anything anymore, you know, sure, getting your son pardoned is okay, but you need to do some Trump proofing, and you're not. And the country's going to suffer because you're not Trump proofing enough stuff. So, and you can do it, but you don't want to do it. Because anything you do that causes him headaches is Trump proofing, you know. But you don't want to do it, so okay. Don't do it. I don't care. Oh, I'm fat. God. Still trying to get rid of the Thanksgiving Day dinner. By that I had Saturday, so it's not that long ago. And I'm reading about Trump still talking about the 2020 election and how he won. Now, in theory, if he says he won that, then this is his third term as president. He has to go. You know, he can't have 3 terms. That's theory. I think it's a far-fetched theory, but it's fun to think about shit like that, you know. But anyhow, the thing that you look at is all these people. What was it, like 68 cases or something like that that were investigated and found out that there was no corruption. That Donald lied, you know. He lost the election. So I was thinking, they did this, people went around and did this without any proof. They just said it. They had no proof. They just said it. Now, what would happen if the Democrats started doing that now? We create a big storm. We want recounts. We don't want the vote certified until all these recounts are done, and you're trying to delay the voting certificate. First of all, Trump won't care. He'll just declare himself president and go on. But it's fun to watch him try to blow a gasket when you go up and you say all the corruption that was there, you know. There probably was a lot of corruption in the Trump election, but people don't seem to care that much about it. So, you know, what are you going to do? You know, get excited about it? I'm not going to get excited about it. You know, it's the way it goes, you know. Donald is Donald. He's going to go around, do whatever he wants to do, no matter what we do. He's now got a plan in place. I haven't read the plan yet, but he's going to try to avoid congressional approval of his FBI choice. You know, like he has with a lot of the other all cabinet members. He's just going to, you know, do it. And that is for vengeance, and that, you know, and if that happens, if this guy Patel goes in there and does what he says he's going to do, chaos will ensue. All right? You have to remember that the FBI investigates organized crime as well as terror. You know, and they do a very good job of that, all right? It took them a long time because what happens is, as good as the greatest detective agencies in the world, they end up using little things to catch mobsters. They don't catch them on the big charges, but the penalties turn out to be decent, you know? Gotti died in jail. Capone basically died in jail. You know. So it's a yeah. Capone came out with syphilis. Gotti died of cancer, I think, in jail. You know, and none of them have a real what's the term? Plan in place for who takes over, you know, and I don't know, there's a word for that, and I'm like struggling to figure it out, but they just sort of progression moves forward. You know, they don't actually stop these guys. Gotti's organization was in a lot of trouble before he went to jail. You know, I mean, the so-called Omerta Code of Silence was gone, and these guys were going up and coming out, you know, and being better off. It's sort of like, what was the guy that was down here? Escobar. This is the anniversary of Escobar getting shot. One of his assassins, he's been interviewed a lot and everything, that came out and was in a better position financially than when he went in. And he wasn't being shot at this time when he got out of jail and everything, you know. So these guys turn state's evidence. They're not assassinated on the street, because as soon as, if they shoot the guy, you know, the organized crime people are going to take a serious look at this stuff, you know. But the Bull, that was his nickname, Bull. I don't remember his name, but anyhow, he was in witness protection and left and did fine. You know, did some movie stuff. One of the guys in The Sopranos was a minor mob man involved in a lot of extortion and stuff like that, and beatings and supposedly some other violent stuff. And he went to jail for a little while, came out, and became a movie star. Became a television and movie star. You know, because they don't pay that well for the small people anymore. You know, the guys that are working in the bottom, well, it's just like the political thing, all right? The guys that are out there doing the hard work aren't making the money that they think they're going to make. So then you'll see a lot of leaked things come out, you know. And if Patel goes after the FBI, he's going to have a lot of stuff come at him that he's not expecting, you know. And he says, well, I didn't do anything. I don't have anything to worry about. There's nothing they can find on me. Not yet. But they're going to start making shit up, you know. That's what they do. They make shit up. U.S. government does it. You and I do it. Everybody does it. You know, if you're mad at somebody, you make some shit up. You know, and that's exactly what's going to be going on. They're going to be making shit up, and I don't know whether Patel can handle that or not, you know, without putting himself in a position that they have to remove him, because he'll get loony, you know. I don't know how you remove an FBI director except by firing him. There's another process for removal of him. But I know there's a process of removal for the president, the 25th Amendment, when you prove he's incompetent. And everybody's waiting. He said, I've read a lot of articles, and I don't talk too much about them because I don't know the people involved, and I don't really see a lot of what they see in Trump, because Trump's always been the way he is. But they say he's descending into senility, and that he's going to, they say in 2 years he'll be gone. They'll have to remove him. That might be true. If it is true, you know how much damage that man can do in 2 years? And when you have people that think like him replacing him, it's going to be very, very difficult to undo all the damage and chaos that's going to be created by this moron that's going to be president. You had the president of Mexico told him basically, it ain't going to happen, pal. You know, and it's true. The thing that they feel will affect the tariffs, how they seem to affect Mexico and China and Canada, is that there are American companies in those countries that are manufacturing stuff that's being sold in the United States. Now, if they can put a tariff on those items that are being brought for sale being shipped to the United States for sale in the United States, like cars, Canada and Mexico do cars, and there's other things, you know, I'm not sure of all the stuff, but that they actually have Americans down there, American companies are down there or up there, or whatever, manufacturing this stuff. You have like Apple manufacturing stuff overseas for its computers and stuff here. The prices and the stuff that's available here is going to go up for two reasons. That's one reason. And the other reason is that you have the people that pay the tariffs are the importing companies, not the exporters so much. All right, so you're going to get people are going to be sitting around paying a lot of money and trying to figure out, why is this so? And like this one article or one interview, one of these guys was talking about it. Is that he makes sense, because this is very true. What is done by a president tomorrow will not take place for months or possibly years down the road before you'll see the full effect of it. All right? But if you do something, one of the things that I do understand is if you do something that causes an increase in the cost of manufacturing something, before you even get to sign the paper, the prices will go up, because companies don't want to lose money. They lose money, their investors walk away from them, and that's where the big money comes in. That's what pays for the super yacht, baby. Okay, so Trump is going to do stuff that's going to create havoc. I still believe that the reason that Musk wants to mess with Social Security is he wants to take that money so he can help pay for his Mars trip. I think we could probably get a GoFundMe page, get together if it meant he'd get the fuck out of the country right away tomorrow morning. All right, listen, it's Monday. I'm tired. I'm talking some crazy stuff, but that's what I do. Listen, do me a favor. Like the video down at the bottom. Subscribe to the video in the bottom. Comment, call me an asshole. Do whatever you want to do. Tell me something you want me to talk about that I don't know anything about. I'll still talk about it. All right. So that's how I am. All right. See you tomorrow.